Hi everyone, and welcome to another session. This is basically just a way for us to talk to you a little bit more in a much sort of broader way, and obviously talk a little bit about the RecXchange platform, how it works, getting yourself transaction ready, as I like to call it. So try and see if we can, help you in any way that we can, get some candidates forward and start generating some revenue via RecXchange. So just a bit of an overview. My name's Tom. I am founder of RecXchange. I'm a recruiter. My recruitment days started back in 2015, starting sort of within an agency, and since then I've worked for an RPO, I've worked internal for a global organization, and for the last few years I've been running my own agency. It's through that effort and from everything that I've learned across the years that RecXchange has come about, has been born, really. I mean, there was a time in my own agency, I think within my first year, where as a solo recruiter, obviously you've got to wear a lot of hats, you've got to do a lot of things just to keep the business rolling, keep it going. And also, I got to the point where I was working so many roles, I ended up winning quite a few good clients, some that I great relationships with, and then big fish opened up, and I ended up I think about 100, 102, 103 roles that were currently that were live that I had to work through. And as a solo recruiter, it's obviously very difficult to work them all, so you've got to try and think what to do and how you're going to go about doing it. So yeah, it was a difficult time, but at the same time, everything went really well, and from it, I thought of RecXchange and how in a time of need for collaboration, I couldn't really find anything that was reliable, that had a lot of efficiency built in, because time was very limited, or time is still very limited when everyone's scaling back, but it was a lot of issues accumulated, and it came to a simple solution, and that was RecXchange. So the way that we have built this is to try and alleviate as much of the competition as we see day to day within recruitment, and try to enforce collaboration. So we'll go through today what I call the money makers. Really, there's only a handful of channels in RecXchange that I feel really probably worth, for a recruiter, are really worth you getting invested in and sort of learning how it works. So we're going to go through those today. We're going to start with the easier way in, which is the clients section. All right, so with RecXchange, what we want to do is break down. These are clients, roles, candidates. They are the three money makers, all right, in my eyes. We're the only marketplace, we're the only platform in the world that basically offers you those. So we have live clients who have got live roles, and we've got a data source that provides us with about 270 million candidate profiles. So the clients are there, the roles are there, candidates are there. All we need is recruiters like you to come in and use your own candidates, or use the candidates that we've got in the data sources in the candidate section that you can utilize and put forward. So we're going to go into this top to bottom. So if we go to clients, when you open up clients, this is basically an inbuilt CRM. If you have your own clients, add them in here. If you've got nowhere else to put them, look, it comes with it. So add them in here. Okay, you can easily all you have to do is click the pink button that says add client, fill in the details, and what you get is a client section like this, and you can edit it if you ever did need to change it. You can add quick actions if you need to remind yourself to call them every Wednesday or whatever it may be. If you then needed to add your own private roles, which you wanted to have another recruiter collaborate on with you, then you can also link the roles to them. Okay, so you can see here, if I go into my roles, I've got a few positions that I've been working on and linked them to my client. So yeah, basically it's just a built-in CRM. All right. No idea what happened there. There we go, we're back. Well, that was strange. Yeah, so this, just to recap, this is just a simple CRM. Keep on top of your own clients. If you do a little, if you do have a habit or a little to-do task, if it's overdue, all you've got to do is click the little button. It says just completed, and then it goes back to green once that's registered. There it is. So quick stop into clients, and it is just a quick stop because I know that not a lot of people will be using it. Most people that are joining, they're joining because they've got candidates that are quality candidates and they want to help them get new roles. So we're going to go into roles and we're going to spend a bit more time in there. So again, down the left hand menu, just go into roles, and there's 3 sections. All right, there are RecDirect, Exchange roles, and my roles. All right, so RecDirect, these are premium roles that we call them premium roles. They're basically, these are roles that RecXchange have gone out, we've done the business development for you, and we've won the clients, we've got them to sign terms, and we've taken on their roles to put onto the platform for yourselves. So RecDirect, yeah, direct roles with RecXchange. We offer you the roles to work on. Now we want to keep this quite transparent as well. So we also have on each role the bounty or the recruitment fee that you would earn if you successfully place a candidate in these roles. And what you can do if you want to work on the role, you can see some here like this sales consultant role in Nottingham. This is in amber and it says work role. There's 44 recruiters working this particular role and there's 0 applications. So this one is still up for grabs. There's a lot of people clicking that they want to work it and then not really getting the right people forward. So if you were to click on work role, it opens up just the terms and conditions, which you can obviously read through to make sure that you're happy with. If you are, you accept. And then after that, it turns green, like this one here, the ADHD nurse. Now this, I'm working this role. Okay, there's 2 recruiters working it. I think the entry user's still got 10 more days until this one is open to you. So it's open for pro and it's open for light at the moment. And that is obviously just the different tiers get different access at different times, which we'll go into in a minute. But yeah, so for now, you can see it's working. I've got an application. I've got a candidate forward for the role. There was only 1 applicant in process, which is obviously my one. But once you're working it, you can click on the job title itself. You can then obviously go through. You can read about it. You can see the salaries. You can get all of the information that you might possibly need. Okay, now at this point, if you have candidates already, then by all means get them uploaded onto the system, get them put forward for the role. If you don't have candidates already that would be suitable for this role, you can search for candidates using the search function that we built in, which we'll go through shortly. Or if you want to advertise the role, then please do a post on your LinkedIn, or if you've got a job board that your business, your company is already signed up to, like Indeed or anyone, feel free to post a job about the role to bring candidates to you. The only thing we ask is you use your own job description. Of course, you can use this one that we provided here. Use that as a template, and you can change the wording a little bit if you feel you need to. Obviously, if the client name is present in this part, then please do not post the client's name. But apart from that, keep it anonymized, keep it fresh, make it your own. By all means, do some posts about it to bring clients to you. Now, there are currently 78 roles listed in RecXdirect, and we are in talks with a company who has been ramping up some outreach for us, and we are expecting a lot of roles coming in soon, but there will be an update to the platform first, okay, which will be happening shortly. But you can see at the moment there are 78 roles in RecXdirect that are open. There's currently just under $500,000 available in bounties. And again, these bounties, this is what you will take home. This is what, if you get a candidate forward, they get through all the interviews, they get offered, they start, that is the fee that you will receive. Okay, so there is currently $500,000 in fees for recruiters like you that can earn just in the RecXdirect section alone. Now, if we go into Exchange roles, still under the roles channel, Exchange roles tab, this is why RecXchange is here. This is why we thought of it in the first place. Exchange roles are recruiters like yourself who have signed up to RecXchange that want to collaborate. Now, this might be that the role that they have is a little bit out of their niche and they don't quite have the network for it. It might be that they've already exhausted their network, or it might be that they're a rare breed and absolutely love business development and don't really enjoy sourcing. So they take these roles, they've added their client, and they are posting their roles to our AI matching software called the Exchange Engine, looking for recruiters to collaborate. Now, the way that this works is different to RecXdirect. RecXdirect is a very traditional mode of recruitment. You have a candidate, you apply that candidate to the role. Exchange roles is more AI matching. It is more collaborative without the hassle. So the way that it works is a recruiter who has the role will upload their role to the Exchange Engine, or AI matching software. It then comes up on this page for everyone to see, and you can see what fee you would earn, you can see salaries, you can have a look at it, and you can scroll through and you can see the job description. Everything you'd need to truly try and go out and find to see if you've got the right candidates for the role. And if you do, then the way that it works, as a recruiter who holds the candidates, you would then post your candidates, or you would upload them to RecXchange, and then you'd post them to the Exchange Engine. Now, that means it goes into the same engine, the same AI matchmaking software that we've built where the roles also sit. Now, unlike a lot, you don't just match your candidate to a single role and it tells you the compatibility like most AI matching software does in your ATS or whatever tools you might be using. It will scan your candidate to every single role that's listed. So as an example today, if you upload a candidate to the Exchange Engine, it will scan your candidate against 54 roles. Okay, once it's gone through that, it then compiles that data and it says, right, anything that is over, say 70%, is worth rethinking. Anything that is just straight over 85% is an instant match. Anything between the 70% and 84% is a rescan. And sometimes for for us to audit and make sure that it's still working and make any tweaks is a manual check. But 99% of it is done because we have refined it already so much. So you can see this is why we, out of the 54 roles, you know, we've currently got 184 matches across those roles. So it's not just your typical, is this candidate suitable for this role? If so, what's the percentage? It is my candidate suitable for any role? And if you're uploading a role, it's then, is any role suitable for, sorry, is my role suitable for any candidate? So it's constantly scanning, it's constantly matching. Now, for example, going back to today, if you were to upload a candidate today and it scans those roles and none of them really quite match, let's say they all fall under 70%, they don't quite hit that level to be considered as a match, it doesn't mean that your candidate is rejected. What it means is your candidate is not suitable for these 54 roles. But if a recruiter uploads a role later today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, whatever, if your candidate is active in the Exchange engine, your candidate will be considered for any role that is in there. Now, obviously, we can't hold candidates in forever. They do have a life cycle of 6 months. If your candidate still doesn't have a job after 6 months, then there could be an issue. But I would say that most candidates would have found a position with the right recruiters behind them and representing them. They should find a position within 6 months. If they haven't, you can renew. You just re-upload them. And again, they're scanned every day like they were before, and they're considered for every role for another 6 months. So this, the Exchange roles section, as I said, this is the reason why RecXchange is here. It's the reason why we built it in the first place, because we do believe that there is a need, a space in the market for collaboration over competition. We want to make sure that recruiters who might be struggling, who can't fill a role and don't want to let their client down, don't want to ruin that potential relationship, they're going to be willing to offer up some of their fees to a candidate presented by another recruiter, because everyone's going to win out of it. Both recruiters win because they get paid, the client wins because they get the candidate they want, no matter where it came from, and then the candidate wins because they've got a job that they enjoy and they want to do. And this is why we built RecXchange. It's for this section, for Exchange roles. I briefly touched on this before earlier, and I'll just go into this quickly because this is all the private section, like your client section. That's just for you to see. Even if you do share them to the Exchange roles, you can hide them, so you're not actually showing any of your candidate, your client details. Now, the My Roles section, these are the roles that you've added to the platform yourself that you want to share or you want to work privately. You don't have to upload them to the Exchange engine. You can just upload a role and use this as an ATS as well. You can review pipelines. You can, if you put a candidate forward yourself, they stay in the candidate pool. You can move them to screening. You can move them to interview, offer, hired, all the way through to through the process. So obviously, if you do want to put them forward into the Exchange engine, then what you'd see, I don't know if I've got any that aren't listed. Basically down here, you would have shared to the Exchange, and yeah, it's simple. Click a button, it loads, and then it tells you that it's active in the Exchange engine. Now I want to go into candidates because I know that we're shortly running out of time, but we go into candidates, and this is obviously where you can run a search. This is where you can find, if you don't have the candidates available to you, you can find them easily in here. This is all comma separated. So Let's put something in. Let's put Java, put AWS, maybe let's put GCP as well for people that are not used to working with technical roles. Java is the coding language, AWS is Amazon cloud storage, and GCP is Google cloud storage. All right, software engineer, Java, bit of cloud. Let's have a look. 39 candidates. So, I didn't put a location, that's why they're a bit all over the place. Okay, so we can see, well, this person here in Abu Dhabi, in the UAE, they software engineer, Java, they've also got AWS and GCP. Pedro Isaac is senior software engineer, Java, AWS, GCP. So that once you've found the right people that you feel could be a good fit for the roles that you're working on, you can reveal their LinkedIn profile, you can reveal their email, you can reveal their phone number. Obviously, phone number is going to be the quickest way to communicate. So, of course, it does come with the cost of 10 Rex tokens. So it's going to be the quickest way. You've got email, you've got LinkedIn as well. But again, it's obviously up to you on which way you want to go forward. You don't obviously have to either. If you've got your own candidates, you head to still in the candidates channel, the candidates tab. You can go in here, add a candidate, upload a PDF. And it is important that you upload a genuine CV. We've deliberately put in place blockers for any LinkedIn profiles that are exported. We've deliberately put in blockers because that's not what this is about. This is about genuine recruiters, genuine candidates, genuine roles. We don't want people trying to get around it a little bit and flood this platform with candidate profiles. That doesn't help anyone because you've never spoken to them. We want genuine candidates that are actually looking for positions. Now, if you want to apply your candidates to the roles, you can see that each candidate here has got what we call, this section is their candidate card. You can apply to my roles. This is again the private working. This is private roles just for you. What you're gonna do is click on that, and that starts to put them in place. The private premium roles, that goes into RecXdirect, and then AI matches, that just shows you that they're active in the exchange. And if they come up with any matches to any roles, you can click on it and it will show you. Okay, so if we looked at this one, just checking existing applications, there we can see that they've already applied. One final thing, obviously, if you do want to use your own private database, you want to use this as a full operating system, like an ATS, a CRM, a collaboration workspace. If you want to use everything, then remember the little things like what we call the habits, which is those to-do tasks for your clients. You can also have talent pools, just simple folders, which you can assign your candidates into. And then if you do get, say, a Java developer in Dubai, you head straight to your talent pool, you find the candidates and you can apply them. It helps you be a little bit quicker as well. If like a RecXdirect role comes up that hits your niche, or even exchange role that comes up and it's in the workspace that you normally deal with, then it just helps you be a little bit quicker to find the right candidates and put them forward. But to recap, just that candidates, this is basically your data. This is your data source. If you want to make money, you need to have the candidates to put forward to the roles which are there for you via RecXdirect and other recruiters. If you don't use clients, that's not the end of the world. I mean, if you're just sourcing roles, you only really need candidates in the roles, really. But that is obviously a very quick little tour of the platform. But those are the three, what I would say is the most three important places on RecXchange. Now, obviously, appreciate everyone coming. I appreciate everyone joining, those that have, and I'm hoping that you really can earn some decent money through RecXchange. I think it's just the case of having a look through, get yourself familiar, and if you're not sure, there is a platform tour, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Once you've logged in, there's a platform tour. It's a navigational tour. It'll take you step by step through every page. Tells you literally everything you need to know about how to use the platform. So please do use that. Now, I honestly think this could be a real game changer for a lot of people in recruitment. And it made me laugh. I saw something online the other day, and it said that candidate sharing is something that is never going to take off in the recruitment world. And recruiters that feel that candidate sharing is, or collaboration really, is something that would work, are not true recruiters. But I see it for myself personally, and see the reason why we're here. I see it as very different. I see that we should be adopting a candidate first approach. Just as much as we do with the clients, treat your candidates at the same level as your clients and do what you can to get them a role. If it means that you have to take 50% of your own fee or someone else's fee, but your candidate gets placed, then that is all that matters. To me, that was all that matters. Yes, I'm still getting paid. The candidate is also getting their job. The candidate is also getting a great experience. The candidate is now working for your existing, or your existing client potentially. So really try and adopt more of that candidate first approach. I think it is something that will start becoming a little bit more normal, not a little bit more seen within the recruitment world. But also, at the end of the day, people say that sharing candidates, in a mass group is not going to take off. But do we not all join the same job boards? Are we not all on LinkedIn? There are only so many candidates in the world. Recruiters have to have access to them one way or another. So you either do it via a platform and give your candidate the best experience, or you try and pay out for lots of different tools and lots of different platform access and spend as much as you can trying to compete then against thousands of other recruiters to find that one candidate potentially and get them forward to a client you may or may not have. RecXchange just opens up so many more doors. But look, again, we were a little bit over today, and I appreciate everyone's time. Any questions, any queries, feel free to reach out on the platform, email. We've got a WhatsApp chat. We've got obviously comment sections, whatever it might be. Reach out and we'll do our best to try and get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks a lot, everyone, and we'll see you soon.